When is Kyle Shanahan going to get called out for getting outcoached 3 weeks in a row? He got outcoached today by Zach Taylor. He got outcoached last week by what is dude's name? Freaking Stefanski, coaches Kevin O'Connell, and the week before that, Kevin Stefanski. Zach Taylor, Kevin O'Connell, Kevin Stefanski, all out coach Kyle Shanahan 3 weeks in a row. That's terrible. So you lose Trent Williams, you lose Deebo Samuel. All of a sudden, you can't score more than 17 points. Wow, what a genius. You fall behind 8 points in the fourth quarter and you're 0-37. Man, you are cutting edge. You are doing laps around the rest of the league. So it's like Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, leaves a lot to get desired. Once you take 1 or 2 all-pros away, once he doesn't have 5 all-pros on offense, man, he's just stuck at 17 points. Once he falls down by 8 points, there's no coming back. No coming back. And then that's him as the offensive coordinator. Let's talk him as a head coach. I think he gets too much credit for being an offensive coordinator. Chris Forster draws up the run game. Him and Bobby Turner. One of them Kubiak kids draws up the passing game. Kyle just calls the plays. It's like he lets everyone else do the homework for him, and then he comes in and calls plays. He gets too much credit for the OC stuff. Give that credit to Forster and Kubiak. Kyle's the head coach. So he makes decisions, big decisions. What was his decision today? Play Brock Purdy. Okay. All right. 6 days after a concussion. And when he had the concussion last week, he was playing well. Then he got concussed. Niners didn't say anything, left him in the game. Oh, didn't know. And then he threw 2 picks. That's what happened. They can say, what he didn't have concussion symptoms until later, whatever. He got hit in the head, and then he threw 2 picks. You know that. You can lie to yourself, but that's the timeline. Hit in the head, threw 2 picks. Were they related? I don't know. So you play him in this game. And what happens? 2 picks, plus another one that was negated, plus another one that was dropped, and a fumble. 3 turnovers, could have been 5. 6 days after a concussion. Man shouldn't have played him. He wasn't ready. He didn't practice. He's not freaking Patrick Mahomes. Shouldn't have played. And then, at the end, he bounced the back of his head off the grass real hard. He got sacked, and he had whiplash. Boom, boom. Scary, man. Thank goodness that's grass and not field turf with the concrete underneath it. And thank goodness they have the week off, because I don't know, man. That hit looked vicious. He said he's fine, but it was a lot worse than the one he took the week before that ended up it landed him in the concussion protocol. I'm concerned about Brock Purdy. He shouldn't have played in this game. I understand why he wanted to. Every quarterback's going to want to play. RG3 wanted to play through a knee injury. Kyle Shanahan and his dad were like, cool, go ahead. Mangled it. Never was the same. Man, Kyle, would you protect your quarterback once? Once. No quarterback, no football player should be in a football game 6 days after a concussion. Because you know what could happen on the second one. I hope Brock's okay, man. He spoke at the post-game press conference. He looked all right. That's scary stuff, dude. Kyle, playing Brock was desperate. We have to win this game. We got to play a quarterback 6 days off a concussion. You lost anyway. He was the reason you lost. Do you understand how deflating that is to your team? You could have been like, hey, man, we're not playing Brock. He's too good. He's too important. He just had a concussion. He's our future. Sitting him for a game, playing Darnold. If you lose, you could be like, it was our backup quarterback. Brock's coming back. But no, you didn't do that. You played Brock. He was awful. You hurt your own team's confidence. You hurt your own confidence. So what are you going to do, Kyle? You going to bench him? Here's what I think you're going to do. I think you want to bench Brock Purdy, but I don't think you will. I think you would love to bench. I think you're the kind of guy who talks a big game privately. Probably, chews people out, yells, says you're going to do stuff, but then you don't. That's my guess. My guess is you've been chewing out Brock Purdy weekly. My guess is you're not giving Brock a whole lot of grace. I'm guessing. Just based on 7 years of covering you, man. You lost patience with Jimmy Garoppolo immediately. So why wouldn't you lose patience with Brock? Okay. Have you even threatened that you might play Sam Darnold? Maybe. I don't know. But will you? I don't think you will, man. I don't think you're built like that. I don't think you're built like that. I think you're hyper aware of what people think of you, and you don't want people to think you're making bad decisions. So while you might want to go to Sam, you know if you do it, people are going to look at you crazy because no one likes Sam Darnold like you do. So I dare you, Kyle. I freaking dare you to have the courage of your convictions, if I'm reading you correctly, bench Brock, play Darnold. I don't think you will. I would because I'm crazy. Steven Draper says Lance going to Vicks. Huff been firing too slow. Hufanga is not having an all-pro year. Dale, Shanahan has 15 plays of which 5 worked and nothing. Sean S., your father once said Banana Hands isn't a good head coach because he makes poor decisions. That's the job of a head coach. Don't tell me about his offense. Theo Walker says, Grant my G, you always be the truth. You told us about Brock Purdy at camp. I was at the game. Kirk Cousins will be a Niner in 2024. Can I just say, Brock Purdy threw these picks in camp. I reported it. Everyone else that was there said it was a non-issue. And even went so far as to ridicule me for making it an issue. Man, it's an issue. And I didn't say nothing. I was just like, all right, okay. Take your victory lap. I'll be professional. Keep my mouth shut. But this is going to pop up because things always do. And when it happens, I'm going to gloat. Sorry, I shouldn't gloat. Gloating's the wrong word. It's not that I want Brock to fail. It's that I resented all those journalists that made fun of me. It's more of a meta conversation. But I actually don't care that much about people agreeing with me or disagree with me. It doesn't matter. Words of Wisdom says Niners are Tom Petty of the NFL, free falling. She's a good girl. Crazy about Elvis. Good song. 49ers fan 03 says, where the hell is Jordan Mason? Not allowed to play. If you average more than 5 yards a carry, you're too good. You're not allowed to play. Tax Breaks says, in regards to Lance versus Purdy, in regrets, Kyle. Green Law, give me my unsportsmanlike flag. Brother Bob says, Iglet, please call out PP for saying Purdy Herbert. I love Larry. He's got to own that one, baby. We said it a few days ago. I love Larry, man. But, man, he was flying a little too close to the sun on that one. Back down to earth, Larry. Back down to earth. Better than Herbert. Okay. If the Niners called up the Chargers tonight and said, we got a deal for you, baby. We got a deal for you, baby. We will trade you Brock, the real deal Purdy, for Justin Herbert. What do you say? You think the Chargers are going to say yes to that? You think so? BP needs to carry the defense on bad days. He can't, says Woodrow Star. But he's still better than – I'm not going to make fun of Larry. I love Larry. The Pastor SSB says, get rid of Wilkes, trade for Patrick Surtain, give Brock a chance after the bye week. Kyle calls better games the second half of the season. If he could make Jimmy look good, then Brock can look great. We'll see. Railgar5 says, advice or adjustments to try and reduce penalties. Play better. I don't know, man. Geo Dude says the fact that Darnold is the only option is wild. Yeah, wouldn't you feel better if they had that guy Trey Lance? But they don't.